Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Welcome back to a new video today. And if you thought I was joking about the Tier 0 format, here it is. I have been right the whole fucking time. I have been telling you guys that this deck, you must stop it with other decks, and you must prepare for it. Players have not prepared, and there it is. Yeah, that happens. So, what specifically I'm going to go over today is not only this, but tonight there will be a video that goes up either at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whenever. I'm opening an entire case of Magnificent Mavens tonight. It will be here tonight, and I will be opening it tonight and doing a video on what I pull. So I will have an entire case, which means I have 5 boxes to go through. So that's 20 packs each. Hopefully we get a Pharaoh's rare, but hopefully the pulls are good. I do have the Live cards on the way, so that deck will be done in practically 2 weeks, and it is one of the best strategies to stop Tearlaments, Blonde, Sprites, you name it. All right, so furthermore, what I'm going to speak of on this is I told you that this was going to be a Tier 0 format with nothing but Tearlaments. And there's a stronger strategy that can beat the Tearlaments that's not on here. If you haven't seen them in the loophole here lately, there is a deck that uses the ishizu a little bit. It is called Infernoid. If you've never heard of it, give it a look. It's extremely powerful. It can actually take tiers and tear them apart. For real. And it's no joke. They have a bunch of void cards. You just look up void and you'll find them all. All the Infernoid cards are ridiculous, but they all revolve around only controlling levels of 8, which are kind of crazy, but they're good. Because I was looking over them. So, without further ado, hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I had warned people ahead of time saying, this is the deck that you don't want to see. You want to go and prepare for it now. You know, you kind of want to, figure out a way to stop this. And, well, you're looking at it on the screen. And it did win. Of course it was going to. It was a mirror match. Absolutely crazy. The Flandin Sprite. See, Flandreese, there was 3, and there was 3 Sprite. There's 2 Bestials in that. And there's 1 pure something. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway, that's not important. Because there were 26 ishizu Tearlaments. There's 0 Live. Imagine that. I will put my deck list up when it's done, and I'll show you the finished product of the Live deck, and I'll go through all the combos, and I'll show you why the deck is tier 1, not tier 0. It can beat a tier 0, but it has to, the pieces have to start aligning. The best thing I found to do with the Live just so you can really get some interactions versus the Tearlaments, is you do have to run 3 of all of them, but more importantly, the ones that you have to run, if I can find another copy of him. Okay, so if you're going to do the Live strategy like I am, the best way to actually do this is you have to have 3 copies of Absolute King Backjack. 3. nonetheless, because you'll use 3 of those, right? And then you're going to use 3 of Stovey, Torby, 3 of Tranchagular, and then you have like 1 Kuklok. So, like I said, if you're gonna do it like I am, I'll put my deck list up, but you'll get the fucking drift. So you run 1 of this, it comes back from you can either special summon or add it to hand. It's really good for link summoning. This gets added to hand when a card's removed. They all activate at the same time. And Stovey, Torby, special summons. So you play these 2 at 3, because if you pull any of those with any of these, you're looking at top 3, whatever trap you put off by banishing it on your opponent's turn, you're going to be able to, special summon. And the best way to actually do this is, let's say I activate effect the King Backjack and they try to DD Crow Backjack. We are going to use Chaos Hunter. Chaos Hunter will not allow my opponent to banish my cards. So, yeah. Very handy. And you can actually pop this effect off Chaos Hunter. So, yeah. This is a little bit of the deck and what it's going to do. But more specifically, now stepping off the topic of livers, is this Tier 0 format. How bad is this going to be? Well, it's going to be as bad as you think it is. You look at it right now, and you can see that that doesn't seem fair. No, it is not fair. Konami knew exactly what they were doing, and they decided, oh, we're going to print these cards. These cards are fair. They're not fair. And they don't give a fuck. So, as players of the game, you now need to find a way to beat this. You need to put your meta decks aside, and for the rogue players of the format, need to figure out a way to beat this. I have already done it. I know how to beat this. Easy. My deck list will kill this. I just have to hit it on the right day. And playing 3D barrier in the main isn't a bad idea. It's a fusion deck. You can kill this deck easy. Come on now. If you're not playing Dimensional Fissure, Dimension Shifter, what's the other one? Earth Shattering Event, Different Dimension Ground, even possibly DD Crow. Like, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't make no sense. Like, oh yeah, this is a top deck that topped. Why? It shouldn't have been played. Like, Affecting Grave? Okay, go spell. Like, what the fuck is going on? I know what Tearlaments can do. You have to stop them before they can do it. If you're allowing them to add an activated field spell, you have a problem. So, without further ado, I'm going to go over the deck list, and I'm going to tell you exactly why that it's beatable. So, you've heard me rant and fucking rave. Alright, so we're going to start with this. Of course, the last one's Avermax, which, go figure. So, of course, they're going to be playing 3 Herald of Orange Light, 2 Diviner. I'd probably bump Diviner up to 3 if I was them. And they're running the Bestial package. That's fine. But the thing is, we can stop this very easily. You know this, right? Because you know what I'm not seeing in this deck? I'm not seeing really any. The only hand trap there is Orange Light Agido. That's it. You could say Hobness, but not really. Not really a hand trap. Because it can be stopped in the hand easy. There's plenty of effects that will do it. Not that hard to stop. Now, on the other hand, how do you stop this if they make a big infinite board? Well, they re-put in a card at Magnificent Mavens. If you have not read the card, it is called Evenly Matched. If you have never heard of it, allow me to explain to you what it does. If you end the battle phase and your opponent controls more cards than you do, so if your opponent goes first, sets up their board, you go second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump right into battle phase and I'm going to evenly match. Because all this thing can really do is make a Baron de Fleur. And if there's no de Fleur, then there's no problem. You know what I'm saying? Pretty straightforward, cut and dry. Not that hard to do. Also, this deck is Nibiru Pro. So, side Nibiru. Smart idea. They run Instant Fusion. Of course, that is for the Guerrera. Or Guerrera, whatever. It just draws a card. It's the same strategy I'm doing, except mine's more acceptable to being able to work. Now they run RIP, Sprite Elf, just a bunch of cards everybody runs. There's nothing special about this. They are running the Xyz. Woo, whoop-de-doo. Flip Dimensional Barrier. They're gonna go one way or the other. They can't go both. You're not gonna hit the links on Dimensional Barrier because it doesn't cover links. So with that being said, those links, the minute they hit the field, none of them have protection effects except for IP, and I would just go ahead and start popping them. Yep. If you have a way to pop it, you have a way to banish it, you have a way to get rid of it, do it. Because you do not want them to get into Avermax. Avermax is bad news. So, that's the play you want to avoid. Rukalos and Kaleido Heart are great, but stop them easy. Remember, if Rukalos you pop her once, you'll have to pop her again. So make sure you do have the play for that. And if not, it's just a one-time negate on a special summon. That has to be in effect, so it's not that big a deal. It's actually very easy to pull off. They have to be real timely with their negates, and the only thing that they really get with this deck is the Herald of Orange Light. So, Monster Negate, that's about it. I do have some with Solic and Crime, but you can stop them. For Tearlament, it's really hard for them to get the trap game going because with Labyrinth removing everything, we normally remove the trap before it even gets a chance to activate. Which is sad, but it is what it is. Scream, I don't know why they're playing it at 1. I normally see it like 2. Like, Scream at 2 makes sense. I guess everybody's going to run a hard at 2. I always felt like that was a good extender or a good starter. Because I used 3 of the Scareclaw one. But, anyway. So, they are running Terraforming, which will help get the field spell. Blah, blah, blah. No one really fucking cares. Tearlament Scream. Honestly, they just made the Tearlament cards too broken. If I'm being honest. Too Merly, too Rhinoheart. Yeah. The only thing expensive about this deck is the field spell. I do not recommend you playing this deck. Reason I don't is I don't want you to be a meta sheep. I'm just gonna be honest. Call it the way it is. If you're playing this deck, you're probably a meta sheep that doesn't know anything about building decks or anything. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, for the person who did build this deck, hats off to you. He's probably in the Japanese, not the American. Not even gonna lie, I will not give anybody credit for this, except for them, because this is ridiculous. If you're playing copy and paste decks, like, stop. There's no point. You're not a deck builder. You're just copy and paste. It's absolutely redundant to even see someone put down shit like this. And as you know me, I play deck. I play every kind of deck. I play meta, non-meta decks. And for a meta player, if you make a deck list and you make this and you say, yeah, look at my deck's so good. That's good because you didn't fucking build it. You're only taking credit for what somebody else did for you. And I really hate copy and paste. And I see it all the time. Like, oh yeah, I just don't have the time and the effort. Put a little bit of effort into the fucking game, and you might see some results. That's what I say. Because if I see this deck, and I keep seeing this deck, that's fine, because I know how to beat it. Not that hard to stop. All their effects happen in the graveyard. We run side card options, and we run floodgates that stop effects in the graveyard. Right. Because guess what? I can grab traps. And I do know a card that you can flip on your opponent. You know that card that came in the set? It's called with the ishizus. It's not in this one, as you can see. I don't even know how this one made it so far. It's called Gravedigger's Trap. Any of these she's Keldo can search it. So she can search Gravedigger's Trap, she can search Exchange of Spirit, she can search any card that mentions Exchange of the Spirit. So any of the monsters, any of the traps, especially the Exchange, Blast by Heart, whatever it is. Yeah. She can search all those. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, yeah, kind of fucking insane, but it's not playing, they're not playing Gravedigger's Trap, which is a definite miss, because if I was them, I would definitely be playing it. Other than, it's a fusion. Why would you give up a card to draw a card? That's stupid. And it's not like it's doing anything else. Instant fusion is not like, oh, it's giving me a chance to get a good draw. No, it literally, your only play is to sing Guerrero to draw one card. You might as well not even play fucking instant fusion. That's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, it helps me in strategy. Gives you no advantage. You just get like a 1 out of 40 to get whatever you're looking for. That's stupid. I don't understand that. Oh, but when I mill my deck, it'll help me win. No, it'll help you fucking lose because you're a stupid bitch. I can't be more straightforward and obvious about this. Like, this, I mean, god damn, man, this is terrible. Here's your format. Fucking called it. No one wanted to listen. Well, now you are. Not really anything good on the side either. Wait, what? 3, 6, 9, 11. Oh, we're running 14 cards on the side? What? How the fuck aren't you running 15? What is this? Really? Okay. So Jesse Cotton. Good fucking God. Oh my God. Thought you were better than this. Thought you were better than this. Copy and paste. Another one. It's fucking Jesse Cotton. Come on, man. Must be this ultimate deck builder. Bro, what is this? If you copy and paste decks off online, please don't. Please have some deck building knowledge about you. Like, seriously. Because you know what's so easy about this now? Is the reason I'm telling you not to be copy and paste is because I'm going to tell you what I can do from knowing this. Okay? So from knowing what I know right now, and I know that they're playing the same shit in the same fucking deck, all I have to do is look at one deck and say, oh, I can beat this one. Then guess what? You can beat all of them because they're all doing the same shit. They're not hard. You open D-Barrier, Different Dimension Ground, Chaos Hunter. This deck is fucking dead. Can't do anything. You can't get your Bestial set up with Chaos Hunters on the field. You can't get none of your effects to go off when Different Dimension Ground's flipped or Dimension Barrier. So you're basically up shit creek without a paddle. Like, what the fuck you gonna do? It's a fucking Jesse Cotton. Are you kidding me? This is fucking terrible. I would have expected this out of fucking, like, Samurai X1, but Jesse Cotton, what the hell are you doing? That is fucking bad. Here's my deal. Okay. Oh, it's Jesse's deck that has the 14 extra. Wind Twisters? Hang on. This motherfucker is playing Twin Twisters. Wouldn't it make more sense to play Cosmic Cyclone? Yes, you discard one, pop two. I understand that. Well, that might work for the ishizus. Yeah, that's probably what that's used for. Okay, so that kind of makes sense, but you don't want to pop cards nowadays. Let's live in a little dangerously here. 3 Dark Ruler. Yeah, there's a reason you didn't win, Jesse. You copy and paste. finally, for the first fucking time, I have found a different deck list. It's not that much different, but it is different. There is mass change in here, which is used for fucking Dark Law. Okay? I like that. That makes sense. Whoever the fuck this guy, Dakota whatever, congratulations. You're the first one to not do the copy and paste bullshit. Because the first two deck lists looked exactly the same. And I bet you the next one I look at is going to be exactly the same too. So the Sprite one got, what, top 4? Looks good to me. It doesn't look like it's going to show me anymore. I was really wanting to see if I could see the top 32, but that is what it is. So more specifically, why I'm so upset about this fucking deck is it's so fucking stupid. Really easy to beat. Really easy. You just gotta use your head, not your ass. Okay, so they're not really gonna be using a lot of monster effects, except for Hovness or Orange Light on your turn. Probably one of the Bestials. If they get to that point. Depends on what you're playing. For me, I'm saying this out of my perspective of what I already know. Like, there's nothing they're gonna do that's gonna stop whatever I'm doing, because I've already got the out to it. I already made the out. I've already put the whole deck together. I know what the whole deck looks like inside and out. I know that the decks nowadays have 90% consistency, and so does the libraries. That was my first... When I first laid my eyes on that deck, I looked at the consistency levels of the deck. Drytron is 75%. So with Drytron, you have a pretty high chance that you're getting a good hand, but every now and again you'll get a game where you just pull absolute shit. With Libraries, however, that does not happen. You always pull good. Every 1 out of 10 hands, it'll be shit. But you pull the next hand, gold. Every time. And I can't get over that. With Blue Eyes, it's 65%. 65% you get what you're looking for. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. Branded Despia, you have to play it full go for it to be the 75%. Other than that, it drops to like 60. So you have to play the openings at 3 and all that shit for it to be somewhat viable. Scary Claw is the lowest consistency at 45%. It's not very good. Oh, you can make some plays. No. Trash. I'm trying to think of other decks I've got. Like, Altergeist is 55. It depends on if you pull a bunch of traps or not. Dynamorphia is 65. 65, 60, depending. Now I'm getting started on Red Eyes. It's like fucking 32. 32, 35, somewhere in there with the consistency. There's another one. Drytron. What other one? I'm off the top of my head. I don't have balance built, so I can't talk about balance right now. The libraries are definitely 90%. So when you look for you a deck that that you're gonna play in the future, look at the consistency rating. What is the consistency? How many outs does it produce? What's the chain link? That's what you need to focus on. The Labyrinth, the Bestial, the Tearlament, the ishizus, they're going to be here whether you like it or not. They are. They're not going anywhere. Sprite is not going anywhere. These decks will have to be met with full force. Do not miss a damn play, because if you do, you will lose. If you just don't have the cards, you just don't have the cards. You know what I'm saying? But if you can take on this deck at full power and knock it to its own level with whatever strategy you're using, for me, I know that cards in hand are not good for tournaments. They have cards in hand, they'll try to get rid of them, or they'll try to save it for an occasion and then play them. I'm sure you've seen the pointer of the Red Lotus popping up on here, and I've used it in prior deck profiles with the Libris. I'm using hand control. I will control the hand. Nothing will get through. Will not get by my grasp. No way. So more specifically, the Libris can pop into like a pot of greed, sort of. You get the two sisters, and then you remove a card. Draws 2 cards. You can set either 2 traps, 2 spells, or it's supposed to summon 2 fiend monsters from hand. I think it's from hand. I don't know if it goes from graveyard. Let's see. That's only one of them. I can fucking find her. There she is. And she reads, draw 1 card. Yeah, it's from hand. Okay, that's what I thought. Which I have her sister coming. They both do the same thing. So, being what it is, it's not that big a deal. But here's the deal. You're gonna have to find a way to stop this. Is that a quick effect? It is not. Alright, so that answered one of my questions. Right. Anyway. So she can set traps on your opponent's turn, which is absolutely busted for a trap deck. Because by the time it goes over your turn, you've already plus like 3 in that turn. Your opponent has to deal with that immediately. And your scream, your crime, your whatever, solid, doesn't matter. It's not staying. Do you think Primitive Planet's gonna stay? No. Carolino's gonna go. It won't stay. There's no chance. So, with this being said, are the bestials any real threat? They can be. Can be. Not really though. Because we depends, like I said, it depends on what deck you're gonna play. For me, if I was you, and I'm being dead serious right now. If I was you right now, because I'm gonna end this video, I would take a look out at what decks are out there right now. Whether if it's Infinord, whatever it is, and really decide like what path you want to go down. What deck do you really want to build? And when you build it, don't stop halfway. Don't say, I could get access code, but 4 swords cheaper. No. Get the fucking access code. If you have the funds, however. Because you will not regret your decision once you sit down at a table and you pop off access codes effects. You go through the chain perfectly. You get into your access play and you go to town. That'll piss your opponent off. Especially they get Rukalos. Access effect. Pop. Oh, Rukalos special summons. Great. Let's pop it again. They don't come back. Once per turn. It's a damn shame. I think you swing probably 50 through the access code. Which I just ordered access code, so yeah. I'm not holding back on this one. Because where I told you I was gonna go back and play regionals and YCS. In order to make regionals, I have to play a lot of locals and I have to top at a lot of locals, so I'm gonna be playing everywhere here lately. I'm gonna make a short video later. You know, I've got to make the one on the box, but I'll make one later describing, you know, how I'm gonna do everything. But I got to get my points back up because my points right now are like, I think like 61 from the games that I've won. Which I've been playing non-meta decks. I haven't been playing like my main shit. I think I played fucking like Drytron one day, I played Ultrageist the next, and then I played something else. Like I was just playing off the wall shit. Nothing real meta relevant. So we're gonna start playing meta relevancy. And we're gonna see where that takes us. So, you know, with that being said, I believe this is all the time I have, but the Libris are going to be my meta deck that I'm using. And they are, you can call them rogue, but they're really not. They're tier 1. They're really fucking good. They're basically like, Eldritch was the best trap deck. Now it's Labyrinth. Labyrinth is just ridiculous. Doesn't matter what floodgate you pull up, because Labyrinth can just get rid of it in the blink of an eye. Kind of crazy. But that being said, I'm Pierce Nation, and I will see you guys in the next video. Pierce Nation out.